I ride around with the mop that's a stick. 33 shots in the Glock that's a dick. 50 round drum, call that bit 50 cent. 100 round drum on the Drake, it's a hit. Shit ain't no question, you play, you get hit. Pull up and let the bitch spray to that sick. Then I go pray, ask the savior for strength. I'm in creator, the savior, I'm him. Shout out the gates, we break winners like him. I told my son I'ma get us a M. I'ma keep grinding, I do it for them. No DJ Khaled, but I'm tryna win. Stand on that business, yeah, I get it in. They second line behind you and your kin. Riding that farmer, you know that it's tenant. I got 100, my bro got the vision. Born in the slums, I was raised in the trenches. It be your nigga turn state as a witness.
Shout out to that West Bank, man. Shout out to that 15th. This particular spot I'm about to talk about, though, was on a whole nother level. Like, I done been in so many different projects in the city. And the spot that we about to talk about wasn't even a project. But they said it was ran by Hanu or HUD or whatever you want to call it. We gonna be talking about Degaulle Manor. Because I done had experiences of my own in Degaulle Manor. So I'm gonna say probably about 1995. Me and one of my partners, shout out to that Bill LaQuint. One of his aunts was staying in Degaulle Manor. And this was my first time ever being in Degaulle Manor, even being around Degaulle Manor. I didn't even know that existed at this point in time. Like, I didn't know nothing about the Chris. I didn't know nothing about Degaulle Manor. I only knew about the Fisher Project. Like, that was all I knew of when it came to projects or anything that looked like a project on the West Bank. So, man, we go with my partner AT House one day. And when we get in, you know, once we get over there, we get off the bus. The bus used to run right through. It still do probably because they fixed the street. I don't know if the bus still passed through there, but it used to run straight through there. Like, it used to pass Evergreen, like, you know, make the little curve before you pass Evergreen. So we get off the bus, we get off the little bus right there. We walk in the complex. Now, at this point in time, I guess this was in the prime of the apartment complex, or this probably when it was starting to be a little run down, you know what I'm saying? But I'm quite sure it was a little nice before, like once they fixed them up before they started getting run down. It looked just like a project. Once we got in there, they had an elevator, and the elevator went all the way to the top. Get in the comment section if any one of your family members or something ever stayed in Degaulle Manor and you actually had them went back there to visit them and seen how it was back there. Man, when I tell you, I'm about 12, 13 at this time. I think I was 13 at the time. Man, I had never seen so many apartments in my life. Like I didn't seen a lot of apartments, but it's just how it was made. Like, it wasn't like in projects, it's hallways. Like, you'll go in the hallway and it'll be a door and a door. Go to the next hallway. Upstairs, it'll be a door and a door. You know what I'm saying? Like, this particular, it was an apartment complex. He didn't say it was a project. It was an apartment complex. So I never seen an apartment complex that looked it just like a project. Like, it was just a bunch of like floors. It was made like, it's like whoever designed it just like the Fisher. In a way, you know what I'm saying? It was designed like the Fisher, so it looked just like a project to me. Like, they had the high and the low end. And if you know, you know. If you pass around there right now, you can still see the way it's structured. Like, they had the highs on the right side where the project office was at. I guess where the office was at. They had the lows on the left side. That was a little, like, it was a little smaller than the taller buildings where they be shooting the videos, where they be shooting the movies and stuff at night. Because that's what they use it for. Jamie Foxx shot the Project X up in there. And they shot the Black and Blue with Tyrese and the colored chick that shot the movie back. That after it was the Degaulle Manor, it was the Live Oak Apartments. And then I think it was something else after that. Because it was just recently, I ain't gonna say recently, but I'm gonna say probably around 2013, they tried to open them back up. It was something like that, like 2013, 2014. They tried to, you know, rejuvenate them, but it ain't work. You know what I'm saying? They couldn't keep up the maintenance. That's the problem. It's too big for them to actually I guess the people who actually had it, it was too big for them to keep up the maintenance. It was too much. So it was Live Oak Apartments this last time then. Because it was just recently, like they just had a couple of apartments up in there open. Like they had people standing there too. Just some years back, like before I went to jail, I went done like 4. In like 2013, 14, they had people staying in them. The office was open and everything. But it ain't stay open long. It ain't stay open long at all. Like I said, I think it's hard for them to keep up the maintenance. Like they would need somebody like Hannah or somebody to run that. You know what I'm saying? For them to be able to, you know, have enough workers to keep up with the maintenance. You know what I'm saying? But it's just too much to manage. If you really look at it, it's just like something they just throw together. Like, man, that shit used to be looking like a horror show when you went back there, man. I was so in shock when we went back there. Like, damn, the elevator was all pissy and shit. They had people just everywhere. Like, know how that shit looked it? I'm gonna give you the perfect example of how this looked it. If you watch American Gangster with Denzel Washington, how all the people was out there when the police went over there and killed the dude and tried to rob the dude, and all the people was outside. Now think about the building where Frank was bagging up at. We had all the chicks naked at with all the different floors, the spot where the police had hit. Like Cabrini Green or some shit. Like it was designed, it looked just like something that they built in Chicago. And they said that's what Kilo G was killed at. And I guess he was from back there. And then think about it, the Chris right across the street. That's like a low-end project. You know what I'm saying? That was like a project too. So that's why I said the people who, like, you know what I'm saying, the people who designed the project and built the project, that had to be like a project too. They couldn't tell me that wasn't used like in the same manner as the other projects. You feel me? It probably wasn't actually called a project, but it was a project. Christopher Holmes was a project. Degaulle Manor was a project. That was a serious ass little spot right there. I'm telling you, it was treacherous all through there because you got Degaulle Manor on one side. You got two sides of the street where Degaulle Manor sit on. You feel me? That shit got a whole block itself, and this one got a whole block itself. Then you got the Chris. The Chris had like a whole 2 blocks itself. Like, you feel me? Ran all the way to Wall, all the way back to the other little street with Degaulle Manor run at, whatever street that was. You feel me? Then they had buku other little houses that sit behind that shit. Like all them little color houses that sit on Wall. Like with the little long driveway that go through that shit, man. All that shit was like projects. Like my grams stay around there now. My grams been around there since the Chris was still open in 2007. You feel me? Like they still had people living in the Chris at this time. You feel me? And they tried to revive that other little spot. I think, if I ain't mistaken, it was before 2014. It was like 2011. 2010, 2011, I think, when they was trying to revive that little spot. And they had the people standing there. Bro, I had just learned about the Degaulle Manor in 95 in the Chris. Long live Kilo G too, though, man. Shout out to that 15, though, man. You know what I'm saying? Slum 1200 GGI Miles. Y'all get in that comment section, man. Hit that like button. Make sure the notifications turned on. Hit that subscribe button.
I just hit my shooter, told him knock his head off. Leave him on the block. Yes, fuck the ops. Riding with the mob. Lock up in my pocket. 30 in the Glock. That's about 100 shots. I get it out the mud, or I get it in blood. Yeah, I'm the plug. Show love like Bug. Trying to get my family and my niggas out the hood. Pedal to the metal, roller up in the wood. Gang shit. I be on it like I'm sure. Smoking on that Manny Pacquiao, that be that good.